What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Populous the Beginning Quarantine Tournament. We've got a battle between brothers now as Gods of Destruction, Hakai, takes on Royal Widow's Karma. So of course we've got Hakai playing as the Dakini, we've got Karma playing as the Chumara. We know this map well enough by now. It is Yggdrasil, the 1v1 variation of Pressure Point that pits yellow against red. Spectating alongside me I do have Dada, who is known as Eternal Prince, and he is also fulfilling hosting duties so that my streaming doesn't cause any lag. So shoutouts to him. Now we've got strong converts coming out from both sides, a bit of a battle over the middle. Some of the players in yesterday's games opted to completely forego the front, but it looks like Phoenix is actually coming out on top here. Both players moving onto their sides, Phoenix grabbing a nice 3 there, and his towers are going down. You can see the Braves going. I said Phoenix, this is Hakai. My bad. So, the towers are going up quickly. It's looking good for Hakai. He's got a good defense. He just needs to keep up on these towers. But of course Karma is very much doing the same. His Fire Warrior's hut is up, but his other huts are lagging behind a little bit. Bit of a slow production coming out of Karma here. Well, first pause of the game. Have to forgive us, we're testing some of the lag. Dada's saying he's got nothing open. Kick Phoenix off. Goodbye, Phoenix. Phoenix is the other brother, so you've got God Hakai, you've got Royal Widow's Phoenix, and you've got Royal Widow's Karma. They are the 3 brothers of Populous.
Kai.
Stream chat is pointing out that as they're brothers, they're playing on the same Wi-Fi, so they've got the same lag, therefore it's a balanced game anyway. They're not wrong. So Karma's getting Fire Warriors out towards his towers. He's actually much slower than Hakai on getting up his defense. Look at all these towers going up. It's a thing of beauty. You just need to get those filled right now. We've got 5 huts, another 4 on the way, and a Fire Warrior hut versus, wow, 6 huts and a Fire Warrior hut with 2 on the way. So the building's looking fairly even. I would say it's in favour of red right now, but we'll see how that translates as the game moves on. Cheeky Fire Warrior in this tower. Doesn't like this tower, he's going to slowly whittle that down. But that doesn't really matter to the Dakini tribe, who are building a few more on higher ground. This is going to be very difficult to get into without the help of some ghosts and swarms. Additional defensive tower down here just to protect from the side a little bit. And another tower going down here. We know that players like this tower. It allows them to expand all of this quicker. But a few players have been pretty slow about actually using it. Fire Warrior's on the high ground. Just gonna give Hakai a little nudge back towards his own base. Tell him there's no entry past this point. And he's gonna turn around for now. Set himself on patrol. So the tower's been completed on this side for Karma as well. He's just slowly building up. A warrior hut here. And that seems to be it so far. These are all standard huts. No warrior hut. I would say that. There's a warrior hut here for Hakai. And a convert of 1. I thought he'd missed it for a second. I couldn't see the brave behind the tree. He's trying to challenge the Fire Warriors on the high ground. The blast sends him rolling down the hill, and he very quickly leaves. Ducks into this tower. Ghost Army's going to tie up the tower, make sure it's nice and distracted. And the blast is going to get rid of that Fire Warrior. This is a good start to the game, but can Hakai make anything come of it? Secured himself the high ground for now, which is good. And another pause.
Kai.
You might see a couple of pauses. That's just players. Because this is a tournament game, they're being particularly suspicious of any lag that they might experience.
Kai.
So in the event of a lag spike, there will be some pausing. Hopefully it doesn't get too frequent. Ghost Army goes forward, empties out another tower. This Fire Warrior is forced to retreat backwards. Ghost Army's going to tie up the Shaman, and the first Earthquake of the game is cast on this side door. We all know from the previous games I've commented I don't like Earthquakes on the side, but as Hakai lands in the water, Karma touches lava, he falls into the water as well. This is actually a pretty decent Earthquake for what he got. As we can see, this tower's being useful. It's protecting from a potential side door, but also providing this build radius. So he's got these huts up nice and quickly. Warrior hut is done, and it is already training warriors. We've got 2 there. And Karma's very much doing the same thing. He's got 2 warriors. Warrior hut working away. Plenty in the queue. He's just slowly working on this. He needs to be building here, really. A couple of swarms go down on the front, trying to open Hakai's base up. What is that EQ? EQ directly on the front might cut the path. It gets the Shaman. Of course, no mana awarded because she just sank into the water without taking any damage, but this is a very unusual cut and not really what you want to see when you're trying to apply pressure on your opponent. Does kill the Fire Warrior. And this gives him some time to set up even more defense if he wants to, but he did burn all the trees with the lava. Secondary warrior huts coming down over here. Help get that mid to late game warrior production. It's nice to keep these training huts nice and separated so that it's hard to kill them all in one attack. Warriors are charging towards the mid. They're going to meet the warriors of Karma in battle. And the numbers certainly favour Dakini right now. Got a land bridge connecting this. It will provide land for extra towers, really allow Hakai to defend, turtle up a little bit more, maybe squeeze in 1 or 2 more huts. But really build up his defences, make himself harder to invade. Couple of tornadoes going to clear out the frontal towers and open the way for a frontal earthquake, which gets another 2 towers and a hut. This side of Hakai's base is now starting to look a little bit exposed. A couple of towers on here will see to that, no problem. It depends if Karma can keep up the pressure. Of course, Karma's starting to go on the move now. Hakai needs to be paying attention to this. He needs to be watching. The land bridge goes down for the side. The shaman is on the move. He is aware. He does see it. He doesn't want to be standing still. He wants to be dealing with this. Tornado takes out the tower, but the ghost army starts to shove the shaman right into the water, but not before she gets off an earthquake. That's another good earthquake. It cuts off these two huts, which makes them essentially useless, and sinks another one. Hakai is now going to have to be careful about these huts. Braves are going to try to repair them, and they're not going to be able to reach that land at the moment. Warriors are once again on the move. They're going to mid. They want to secure something. At the moment, it's been a little bit of Hakai getting battered around, and he's not just going to sit there and take it. He is pushing forward. Good use of Ghost Army is going to empty out the towers once again and start to create a path for him to do something. But of course, with Karma respawning, he fires off a light, gets a good group of the warriors, and now he's challenging. Got the sounds of battle as ghosts meet ghosts, shoving each other around. And those ghosts are just being used to disrupt the shaman, be a little bit annoying. Karma, however, he's pretty comfortable. He's got his huts finished. He can be working on this. He is working on this. Still only rocking the one warrior hut for now. This could be another warrior hut, maybe. And we've still got the two warrior huts operational for Hakai. Of course, these huts are going to be annoying. I have called it out. There's not much he can do about it except charge a land bridge and hope for the best. But he is building up some forward guard towers to protect himself from this angle. Here, Heikai's using his warriors as something of a distraction, trying to push forward. He's going to shove the Fire Warrior out of the tower, but the Fire Warrior just gets back in. The blast wasn't quick enough, and the Fire Warrior is just feeling mildly annoyed as he's interrupted in his day of guard duty before he's then set on fire. He survives, though. A little bit of terraforming's creating a wonderful front for Karma. I imagine he's going to cover this in towers and just have a really difficult to enter base. Hakai looks like he's trying to get a bit creative, perhaps even looking for the land bridge to the side door. This was a Fire Warrior hut, so that's two Fire Warrior huts to one Warrior hut for Karma. Oh, but the light finds its target and buys him away into the base. The ghosts don't really do much, but the Fire Warriors do charge out. Heikai's given himself an opportunity, and he is sending forth a ton of warriors to clean up some of this side, distract a bunch of these towers, keep the troops busy, and hopefully buy himself a way in to deal some damage. But the shift click on the Fire Warriors was good. They ignored the ghost, they targeted the shaman, they take out the shaman. And these warriors need to be moving, they're just stood there taking tower shots. Warriors have got a lot of health, they can take a lot of tower shots, but that's not good when the yellow warriors come in to clean them up. Does clear out a lot of this side, which is good. This is where Karma is now weakest, but if you die to towers like that, it won't matter much. Here comes the counterattack. A tornado cleans up the first tower. Questionable earthquake from Karma here. All he's really done is made it even harder for himself to get into this base as this land becomes much steeper and harder to traverse. But of course, does set fire to that tower, does shake down a couple of other towers. Should be quick on repairing those, get them filled again, and that earthquake will make very little difference. Making use of the tower to get this mega land bridge gives himself a nice little wall he can tower up, but also connects these two huts once again. The attempts to secure the mid have been thwarted. Well-placed blasts and a very angry shaman. He's going to make sure that no red towers go up on the hill this day.
Kai.
Got warriors on the patrol. He's looking for another avenue of attack, and he's going to send the warriors forward, hoping to distract Karma's defenses long enough to do some damage. Karma recognizes the threat and gives up the middle ground for now. Ghost is going to keep the towers busy, but only for a short while as another EQ hits the front. Could be in it for the long haul, as these EQs aren't dealing any damage to population and just making both bases harder to get in. Right now we've got Hakai putting himself at a disadvantage as he now needs a land bridge to get up into the base this way. And that limits his only avenues of attack to here and here. This also needs a land bridge, so he's making himself have to spend even more mana to successfully attack. Karma's got men building guard towers, but they can't find any wood, so they're just going to stand next to it like we don't know what we're doing. But a push from the shaman with the land bridge, with the lights, with the swarms, and the assistance of some fire warriors and some warriors. Oh, and they're going for a trade. But this gets Karma into the base. The swarms go down, the firestorm goes down. It's going to make the population panic and get him further into the base. Meanwhile, Heikai's casting an earthquake. It's not that deep. It's honestly not that good. The follow-up earthquake from Karma is deep. It's on the Fire Warrior hut, but it cuts the wrong way and actually doesn't do that much damage. That's not what you want to see. Hakai has turned around, but he misses the light. Firestorm got a couple of huts, but didn't do too much damage. And now Karma's on the run from an angry Dakini Shaman. Another EQ on empty ground. Just going to cut up some of this land, limit the amount of build space that Hakai has. The lava kills a couple, but all the rolling makes sure that Karma eventually dies. That was a whole lot of chaos, and for the spells used, could have been a lot more damage. Everything's on fire, but nothing really broke here. Firestorm got 2 huts here, and this land got ruined, but there was nothing there to lose in the first place. Looking at this, one of the effects of this earthquake is it has lowered the land ever so slightly, which will reduce the effective range of some of these guard towers. Not by much, but in a game of millimeters, every little helps. You can hear the sound of fighting as what remains of the troops that were sent in by Karma are just being cleaned up now. Or maybe not in the case of this warrior. 2 Braves bring their fists to a sword fight and probably lose. We're offered a moment's break as once again Hakai pauses. And we're back into the action. I'll do what I can to edit out some of those pauses, I think, in post. But for the live stream, thank you, Babo, for the cheer. I probably should have turned those off for a tournament game. That's a lesson I've just learned. But as we can see, as we predicted, these long land bridges providing plenty of ground to build towers, and this is going to be one totally defensive game. But Hakai needs to really reevaluate whether he should be building more towers when the ones he's currently got aren't even filled. An entire wave of towers not being made use of, and this warrior's gone for a nice jog. He doesn't get anything, but he could have died much sooner. There's going to be very little water left on this map by the time these 2 brothers are done, that's for sure. Giving themselves more building territory, giving themselves space for even more towers. The light goes off, but it doesn't find a target. Karma needs to be careful. This little ditch could see him getting killed. Especially in that situation where he drops down onto the low ground. He can't come back up because the lightning will hit him and then it just knocks him into the water. Well played by Hakai to pick up the kill there. Swarms go down, ghosts go down, but can he actually get anywhere? There's so many guard towers. What is he going to do? Oh, he's going to EQ here. The attempts at getting rid of the water replaced by damaged ground. I was going to say more water, but you know how EQ works by now. This second warrior hut is doing work, but they're not training at the moment. And we can now see 3 warrior huts come out from Karma. 2 fire warrior huts, 3 warrior huts. That is the ideal end game production that you want to be on for this map. And another light finds him. He's just not paying attention to where the shaman is hiding, and it gets him taken out once again. Hakai's sleeping. Fire warriors get some good shots off, and he's already dizzy by the time he gets that swarm off. He's got some warriors standing idle, but he's using swarm to carve a path for his shaman. Swarm's going to send the men running in all sorts of directions. He needs to be mindful of the fire warriors that are now behind him. And the troops are on the way. The braves, the fire warriors, the warriors. Karma's starting to throw everything he can to make sure that Hakai doesn't get anything off of this window of opportunity. Beautiful sounds of hand-to-hand combat in Populous. Clearly audible as the shamans are not slingshotting spells like normal. We've got a lightning coming out. An earthquake. Again, these EQs from either side, they're not really doing the damage. But you also can't fault them for it because there's so many towers. How do you get in past all of these? But Hakai goes down to the troops, and Karma's got a window of opportunity. A lot of these towers aren't filled. He can get warriors in, he can get himself in and deal even more damage. We've seen one successful attack out of him so far. It was a little bit unlucky because of the earthquake. This warrior is just going to slowly work away at that tower. He's successful. But with the opportunity he had there, this earthquake might have been a bit preemptive, but it does lower the ground. He's buying time for himself. He's firing off lights. He's firing off ghosts. He's trying to distract the towers, but Hakai is alive. The lightning finds Karma and takes him out once again. Hakai's doing well at hitting these lights, but he's not getting anything off the back of it. All he's doing is buying himself a few precious more minutes. He needs to really start to launch a counterattack. We've got even more land bridges coming out. These guys love their hills, they love their towers. He goes from buying himself a few seconds after the shaman dies to buying himself potentially 10 minutes if he covers this in towers. The swarm goes down on these men on the high ground. It doesn't get them all, but they're clearly making a decision to trade here. And the trade does not favour Hakai. Hakai should know he has got very little defense. Very little actually needs to be done here to get Karma into the base, and the firestorm goes down already. You should not have taken this trade if you didn't have the defense. Second firestorm goes down. This is going to deal significant damage as the EQ follows. There's going to be another EQ coming after this. The damage is going to be good. Land bridge from Hakai. He's making a last-ditch attempt to attack and trade. Second EQ goes down, it gets more huts, the damage is significant, the population has been slaughtered, the huts ruined, and let's go over here to have a look at Hakai's counterattack. Throws down one EQ, he gets a Fire Warrior training hut, he sets a couple more huts alive, sneaks into a hut, the lightning's good, but the tower was empty. The Fire Warriors are not in the towers, they're out the towers being controlled manually. He's dizzy, his health is low. Another Fire Warrior shot takes him out. He does not get the trade that he needs to keep himself in this game.
Kai.
And he recognizes it. He calls the GG.
Ka.
All that's left for Karma is to clear up these huts now. Earthquake gets another wave. It's always beautiful seeing Earthquake cut the way you want it to instead of like it did over here. And the warriors are pouring in. Look at all these towers. These towers are great, but if they're empty, they don't buy you any time. And it was all decided in one single trade. I always like it when shamans are not scared to trade and they make this play and they go for damage on each other's bases, but you cannot make that decision if you've got no defense. These towers were damaged. These towers were empty. Karma was in a position where he had to do next to nothing to get into the base, and with 2 Firestorms, 2 EQs, that's so much damage that you just can't afford to take. And as you can see, the warriors are hunting the population. Hakai's doing what he can. He's trading into extra warriors to keep himself in the game, but we all know it. We've seen this position before. We know where this goes. He will have mana. He will be looking to get in, go out in a blaze of glory with one last trade, but this is looking pretty diabolical for the God player. Once again, he doesn't want to give any chance of comeback. We've got Karma here. His shaman is here. He is challenging. He is throwing lights around. What a roller coaster of emotion that was. Oh, the blasts are good. He's dizzy, but he's not dead. The final blast does not connect with the shaman. The 2 EQs go off. The damage is decent. What little remains, the shaman is going rolling. These little ditches. Death traps for shamans right now. A lot of blasting going on. Hakai's going for one last trade. Misses yet another light. That is 5 lights missed in a row for Karma. It may not matter, but the proximity of that blast does take him out. But 5 lights in a row missed. Do have to wonder. And that is it. Hakai quits the game. Karma shortly after. Karma takes game number 1.